Like precision, Pacquiao became familiar with the way he can land the left hand. All of these left hands are only in the first round, by the way. Let's hear what Coach Freddie Roach had to say.
I want you to use the jab a little bit more, okay? Be a little bit wide with your punches, okay? I want you to go behind the double jab.
As you heard, Roach instructed Pacquiao to use the jab more, and that's just what Pacquiao did.
You heard Julio's corner saying, hit him in the belly, and down goes Julio.
Pacquiao scored a knockdown in the first 10 seconds of the round by doing as he was told. Manny Pacquiao is a very coachable boxer. Julio got up, but Pacquiao knocked him down another time quickly after.
One drop, Julio.
Once again, Pacquiao showed just how powerful his left hand is. Julio got up again, and Pacquiao saw victory in sight and continued to pressure Julio.
I think Julio's gonna have trouble finishing this round, I really do. A little grabbing and holding might be the thing to do.
You'll never see Manny Pacquiao trash talk his opponent. He always remains humble, and that's why no matter who your favorite boxer is, there'll always be a reason to respect Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao in 2019 broke another record by becoming the oldest welterweight champion ever in the history of boxing. At the age of 40, he defeated the undefeated Keith Thurman, a young, strong, skillful boxer. This is arguably one of Pacquiao's greatest wins ever. Before that, he defeated another young gun in the form of Adrian Broner. It's honestly just crazy that a boxer who's been fighting for so long can still hang with the young guns of the sport. And if you're not impressed already, as the clock struck midnight to bring in the new decade, Pacquiao broke another record to become the only boxer ever to hold a world title in 4 different epic.
And he has the power to do it. He doesn't use it like it.
Landing one punch on Mayweather is hard enough, but to land 2 consecutively with the same hand is seriously impressive. Pacquiao's fight against Oscar De La Hoya was a one-sided beatdown, and this 4-punch combination was simply brutal.
Has to take another one. He looked a bit shaky there. De La Hoya, he could even be stopped.
Pacquiao is so fast, we have to slow the footage down to see the effect of each punch. Also, take notice of how each punch has its own trajectory. Back to the Mayweather fight, Pacquiao lands a great counter left hand. Pacquiao parries Mayweather's jab, then throws the left hand straight while also moving his head to the right. In the Bradley fight, Pacquiao used this awesome move with the left hook. Pacquiao rolls under Bradley. Fight started with Barrera in the white and Pacquiao in the red. Pacquiao began cautiously testing Barrera's defenses with his lead hand in search for an opening to land his laser-like hard left hand. Quickly, Pacquiao landed the left, but then slipped.
That was a slip. Pacquiao is down though.
But then shockingly, the referee called it a knockdown. Pacquiao now with a massive mental burden before the end of only the first round. However, he had to stay focused, and that's what he did. Pacquiao got back to establishing his jab, and now and then he would slip the left hand in behind it. Barrera ended the round with a good body shot. Before we continue, let's take a look at this so-called knockdown. Pacquiao lands the left hand, but seems to trip over Barrera's lead foot. Upon closer look, we see that Barrera actually steps on Pacquiao, throwing more combinations, and would continue the fight in a dominant fashion.
Jab from Pacquiao. Have Mosley going backward for the most part. Not an easy guy to jab. Old fighter here so far. And turn Pacquiao. Really feel that Mosley needs to be first. He was there, but he got hit with the right hand. And again, Mosley's still going. Pacquiao clearly. And there's an uppercut from Mosley.
However, in round 10, there would be some controversy.
He starts feeling sorry for his opponents. They're going to call that a knockdown. Thought that was as much push as knockdown. Manny did too.
Shockingly, the referee incorrectly calls a knockdown from a push. Pacquiao, now knowing he would lose this round, began to push the action intensely.
Never letting Mosley's jab get started. Now, might not happen this round. He's mad, Andrew. He's mad.
However, 2 of the 3 judges would actually go against the ring presence. Spence is definitely stronger. He's not a small welterweight, whereas Pacquiao isn't even a welterweight at all. Spence is an excellent inside fighter. He's able to remain calm under fire, and he packs one hell of a punch. But stylistically, Pacquiao may have what it takes to beat such a style. If Pacquiao can show the speed he had in the Thurman fight, in this fight, he may be able to pot-shot Spence with his in-and-out footwork, speed, and unorthodox angles. But make no mistake in thinking that Spence can't box. Spence showed some great boxing skills against Mikey Garcia. An excellent jab kept Garcia at range all night, unable to find his footing for combinations. If Spence decides to box, Pacquiao will have a task in getting inside the range of that jab. Another interesting thing about this fight is that Spence will be the first to Marquez for getting back up. Marquez survived the round, and in round 2, the momentum continued. Marquez now with a massive mountain to climb after only the first round.
Great left directly on the nose.
Pacquiao had great head movement in this fight, and he really pushed the action to win, because a win would mean so much over such a great Mexican fighter like Marquez. But don't make the mistake in thinking that Marquez would let Pacquiao win easily. Marquez was no stranger to tough fights, and like all great Mexican warriors, he showed up to fight. Although Marquez had the Mexican heart, Pacquiao had the Filipino ferocity. Marquez and Pacquiao are such great fighters, and great fighters always produce truly great fights. Pacquiao pushed the action. Marquez was looking for counters, but Pacquiao's unorthodox movement was proving hard to time. Tensions back to avoid his opponent's right hand, then responds with a left hook. Leaning back and then throwing a hook is actually something Mayweather does often, and is very good at. Gervonta Davis is one of the sport's most explosive fighters.
His hometown NFL team, the Baltimore Ravens.
Here, Davis lands a leaping right hook to stagger his opponent to the floor. With over a 95% knockout ratio, Davis's power is unquestionable. Watch this knockout from Danny Garcia.
Into these later rounds, there could be some attrition with him because he's taking
What a right hand by Danny Garcia!
A right hand over Brandon Rios' jab lands perfectly on the chin. Pacquiao's knockout of Ricky Hatton still shocks a decade later.
Champion all the way from flyweight through to lightweight. Oh! That might end it! Massive left hand!
Pacquiao sets his weight to his back leg, sits down.